Well, hey, and welcome to another part of the Model Railway Village series. I'm slowly getting there. Yeah, we're still in single figures, and I think part 28 or something came through the other day, so definitely need to press on. But I'm doing it right, and I'm doing it well, so it's kind of worth it. Now, this is part 5A, I think, if my plan is right. So this is the stone cottage that we're going to be working on today. Stone cottage parts with curved tracks. So this one sheet came with issue 5, and then 2 more sheets came with issue 6. But we'll call the video 5A just because 5A, 5 started it, and that's the trend. We'll keep going, I think. Stone cottage parts with curved track. Right, 2 pairs of stone-built cottages line the main street in Little Benton. Now we start to build the first pair by painting the roof tiles to give it a weathered effect. Okay, that's a little bit odd. What, you mean you want me to start actually weathering it straight away? And if we actually just flip these instructions over, look how it says here, wash the pieces with soapy water. Use ordinary washing up liquid, rinse well and allow to dry. Wipe with methylated spirit to create a surface that is free from grease and will take the paint. Okay. Mix a shade of brown paint, a bit darker than the roof. Again, paint has to be supplied by you. Thin the paint so that it's about 60-40 water to paint. Test the colour on the inside of the roof to check that it's just a few shades darker than the roof itself. Using a broad soft brush, wash the paint all over the tiles so that the dark colour floods into the cracks before the paint dries. I mean, this is all very well and good. This isn't bad, I must admit. It's do I want to do this method though? Not particularly, no. I don't. I would much rather just prime the whole thing, paint it properly, and then weather it afterwards. And I want to show to you that really, when it comes to model making, that is the best technique to use. You prime a kit, and then you paint it, and then you do the weathering last. I must admit, the instructions are very good. They're going through it very well. I might just follow their instructions word for word eventually, but in this instance, I don't think I want to do it this way. I'm pretty certain that the effect I get at the end, doing it my way, will be better than the end result if I do it their way. I'm just sure of that. So let's just have number 2 seems to be just all about putting the whole thing together, basically. Again, wash it in cool water with washing up liquid and allow it to dry. They're obsessed with washing up liquid, aren't they? Mix different coloured paints to create a buff. Tip: you can always start again. Use damp sponge dipped in detergent solution to wash off paint if you are not happy with the effect. Okay, it's quite nice that in this particular instance the Workers Cottages are sort of like a Cotswold stone, aren't they? They're a really nice sandy colour, and that is nice. That's different to a Victorian red brick. But again, I still would rather prime and paint the whole thing, and then apply my own shade of Cotswold stone afterwards. I mean, Cotswold stone's quite easy to do. There's hundreds of ways you can achieve that particular colour or shades thereof. I just don't think that the end result is going to be anything better than what I can achieve. Look, see, just look at that. Can you actually see that? I don't think that's that good. I genuinely don't. That does not look very realistic to me, does it? Does it to you? No offence, but it kind of looks like some sort of really budget model for a model railway designed for little kids out of the 80s or something. It just doesn't look very realistic. If that's their idea of weathering, then they need to go back to school. But it's, yeah. I don't think I need to see anything else or say anything more. So it's time to get all of my parts out and to prime them. And I'm going to use a different primer this time. This is the Humbrol Acrylic number 1. So it's still just a primer like the matte white, which is somewhere. That's the one over the back of the desk is gloss. That's different. So no, it's not gloss. No, it is matte. Sorry, but it's not a primer. Yeah, that's right. Anyway, oh, you know something's good when it makes that shake and it makes that noise. Oh, anything, whether it's cans of paint or pens, if they rattle, that means that they're a lot of fun, usually. Okay, so yeah, I'm just going to basically prime it with this because it is a fantastic primer. I've been building loads of kits with this and it's really, really good. I'll get it primed, get all the parts primed, and then I'll paint it up myself. So what parts are we going to prime? Well, there's the roof, although they've even painted the guttering for us this time, which they really didn't need to do, and I shall just paint again. So there's the roof, there's the pipe work, there's the chimney pots, there's the chimney stacks. This is, well, this part here is basically used as the base, I think. This is structural integrity, but just in case any part of it is seen, I'll paint that as well. I might as well, it's not going to hurt. And then, if I just swing around to my left, we've got the actual Workers Cottages parts here as well. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's a very nice quality plastic. It's really good quality, and the texturing's really nice. But it just looks fake. It looks too fake. It looks too shiny. I mean, Cotswold stone in real life is really quite rough to the touch. It's like, I think it's a sandstone or a limestone, isn't it? It's really, really chalky. It's really rough to the touch. And that just looks polished and shiny. It's just not realistic at all. And then here's the other one. Yeah. The only parts we're not going to be doing are the windows, obviously. Which, again, they've done very cleverly. I mean, they've got 4 little holes, and then they basically just slot onto the backs of the windows, and job's done. So, obviously, that has to come last. So, I'll take all this stuff outside. Yeah, the rest are windows, so definitely don't need those. So I'll take all these outside, put them on some newspaper, get them primed up, let them dry, and then we can carry on. Well, thank you for joining me again, and it's later on that evening now. The sun's long gone down, but it takes a long time to let the paint dry and stuff. But we have all of the parts here. Yep, I'm pretty sure we do. Let's just shunt all these window panes over to one side. So, everything's been primed. Now, if you go back to the video I did on the station house, I talked about how whether you should, what do? Do you paint all the pieces and then put them together, or do you put everything together and then paint the pieces? Well, paint the model. And basically, through experience now, because I've done quite a lot of models now just lately, and I would say that my conclusion is to definitely glue them and then paint them. And the reason for that is because, and I think somebody mentioned this in the comments, as you glue everything together with poly cement, whether it's the bog standard like that, or it's the stuff in a little bottle, or if it's even the really precision stuff, that has like a needle for application, it doesn't matter how you apply it, it melts paint. It does. It really does melt paint. And it would be absolutely, well, it was gut-wrenching to stick some little bits of details on models after I'd painted them, and then to just watch the poly cement ruin my gorgeous paint job. And you never get it quite right again. You just don't. So, basically what I'm saying is I'm not going to do any painting, any proper painting until this model is built. So let's get it built. Completing the first pair of cottages, you'll notice that I'm just completely ignoring the issue about weathering and stuff, because I shall be doing that myself. completing the first pair of cottages. Okay, in this issue you will find parts and instructions for completing the first pair of cottages using the roof and other parts, and from the previous issue you also have a length of curved track. I do, which I've put in my box, and my box of stuff is growing, definitely. This typical English theme was part of the inspiration behind the design of the cottages along the main street of Little Benton. Note the uneven colour work of the uneven colour of the stonework and the roof tiles. Yes, I do note that. I have made a note of that, and I shall do that later on. Don't worry. Okay, so we should have two end walls, which we have. We should have a front wall, which is probably this one, a back wall, which is that one, 8 small windows, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, 8 small windows. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, and 4 larger downstairs windows. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, they. Oh, right. Okay. Yeah, I think we might have some windows missing. I think these are really. Oh no, it's just me. It's me being stupid. There we go. So 8 small windows, 4, and 4 is 8, and then 4 larger windows, 2, and 2 is 4. Okay, it was just me being daft. Right. Okay. Focus, Will. It's just because it's late, and I've been playing too much Far Cry 3. Wash the walls thoroughly in cool. No, there's no need to do that. I'm not washing the walls in cool water. You're obsessed with doing the dishes. No. I'm leaving the fairy the fairy washing up liquid downstairs. Wipe with methylated spirit to create a surface that will take. No, I don't need to wipe it with methylated spirit either. I have primed it. You can't get anything better ready for paint. Note that the pre-printed white window surround and door will lift off if you rub them with methylated spirit. However, wiping the stonework carefully will help the paint to take on the plastic. Onto the plastic. Frames can be retouched or painted in a different colour if required. You bet they can. Gosh, not only do they want you to take, washing up liquid and methylated spirit to the model, but they're warning you that it could ruin it if you do. I tell you, I'm glad I'm doing it my way. Right. Again, mix some buff coloured paint, a little darker than the colour of the walls. Thin the paint down so it's roughly 60. No, I am not doing this. Test the colour on the inside. No. Use a soft brush to apply the wash. No, I'm not doing that. Dab the surface with a. No, not doing that. But I just want to build it, okay? For the front and back walls, wash over the surface but avoid getting the paint wash. No, not doing that either. Tip, you're going to start again. When the walls are dry, paint the doors. You can choose whatever colours you like. Yep, you bet I will. They're primed. They can be painted any colour I like, but I'm not painting them now. Use unthinned paint and allow it to collect in the moulding to give extra definition to the detail. Wash over the sides of the chimney stacks with the same mixture of paint used for the walls and dab off the excess. Now, paint the tops of the chimney stacks yellowish grey to look like cement. Definitely not doing that yet. 5. Okay, that page is pretty much useless then. Okay, 8. Yeah, 5, 6, 7, 8. Twist the windows to snap them off the sprue and use a file to smooth the edges if necessary. Hooray! A step I can do. I've only been doing the video for like 5 hours. Right. So it wants me to twist all the windows off, file them down, get them nice and smooth, and then I assume put them into position. So that's what I'll do. Okay, there we go. It was just a split second for you, and it's been about 4 minutes or something like that for me. So they're all done, they're all nicely filed, they're perfect. Fit the windows, they snap in place. Note that the painted glazing bar runs vertically, and the painted line should be on the outside of the window. Right, okay. I think I can cope with that. So we've got to put the big ones in at the bottom, and line the holes up, and the painted bar, which I can feel is on that side, goes on the outside, and the lines run vertically like that. And it says they should just basically snap into place, and oh gosh, yeah, they do. They're a little bit stiff. Obviously there's now a micromillimeter of paint on all those pegs, which has made the fit ever so slightly tighter. To get around that, you could file all of the pegs down just ever so slightly, just to make sure that they go into the holes properly, but I don't think there's a need to do that. Just a good solid push with some very strong thumbs should do it. So that's one done. Then let's get the other done. Again, the paint is on the outside. They go vertical. Yeah, vertically. Okay, push. Gosh, that is a very, very tight fit. But it's going on. It is going into place. You could always just glue them into place anyway. I mean, there's so much of the pane, there's so much of the window pane that overhangs that you could just glue it into place if you wanted to make sure, just in case, you know, they pop out of place. In fact, that's not a bad idea. I might do that. I might just like go around the edges of them with some liquid poly, just to make sure that they stay in place. I don't really want them popping out once the building's complete and I can't get back into it again. Well, I could, but it would make a bit of a mess. So I shall do that later. Another big one. Oh gosh, they've got like a, how do you call it? Like a sort of gradient on the sides, so that they're really hard to pick up from one side and really easy on the other. So again, paint on the outside. Oh well, that was much easier. And then again, paint on the outside, stripe vertical. That was much easier as well. Maybe it was just the others, I don't know. Okay, so then we've got to start some of the smaller ones. Okay, another split second for you, another 5-10 minutes for me. All of the windows are in place. What I did is I did use the file as I said I would. Excuse me. I did use the file just to ever so slightly make all of those pegs a tiny bit thinner, and I found that really helped. I guess that micron coating of primer ruined their whole system. Anyway, the only thing of note is that creating tiny little bits of dust like that has resulted in tiny little pockets of dust. So if I just blast those away, ha ha ha, the joys of having a can of compressed air. Just don't press it too much, Will, otherwise you'll smash all the windows out. Okay, perfect, easy. What's next? Note that the upper 4 windows on each side are smaller than the downstairs windows. Yep, I got that. Moving on. Fit one end wall to the front wall. The tabs on the end wall locate into the sockets on the front wall. Okay. So, is it? No, this one. Oh, it doesn't make any difference. Fit one end wall to the front. Oh no, it does make a difference. To the, yeah, with the doors in the middle. The doors in the middle is apparently the front wall. And then I need to fit an end wall, which is one of these, onto that. Okay, that's fine, I can do that. Even though everything's being primed. Oh no, it's not too bad. I was going to say it's a pretty tight fit, but it's not too bad to be honest. You notice how the edge of that is like an ever so slightly colour, an ever so slightly lighter colour than the rest of it. That's not a problem. It's not a problem. In fact, I think that adds something to it. I think that makes it look a bit cool. I think it makes it look a bit more realistic. But it is really, really easy to basically just go over that again with the same primer. And I could do that. I could do that at the end. I could just mask off everywhere else, give it a bit more primer, and just make sure that it's completely ready for that fancy Cotswold paint that I shall be putting on. Now, I must admit that was a very tight fit. I almost wanted to get my little tack hammer, my little modelling hammer, just to make sure that is as snug as can be. Oh, didn't want to put any more pressure on than that. I had visions of the whole thing just going smash, just little plastic panes of glass flying all over the place. I think I'm okay. I think I got away with it. Repeat. Oh no. Repeat to join the back wall. The black wall. Where's the black wall? The back wall to the other end wall. Join the two sections together. They clip in place. Oh, do they? Do they now? Okay. Right, so I've got to do the same again. Repeat to join the back wall to the other end wall and join the two sections together. They clip in place. This stuff doesn't have pen and ink. Ta-da! Okay, I'm now officially as high as a kite thanks to all the liquid poly fumes. My blood is 75% solvents. But let's carry on. I just noticed this rather funny thing at the bottom because I had to get the hammer out. That's how tight a fit some of these parts were. I had to get my little hammer out. I love that hammer. I could build a new world with that hammer. So yeah, I've had to spend ages trying to get these things to stay together because they were just so tight and so did not want to go. Oh, and that's nearly glued to the mat. Okay, it's fine. And I finally got it to stay where I wanted it to stay. And I even had to do the same with all the window panes as well because they were still a bit loose, some of them. Just really, really poor fitting parts. But this bit made me laugh right at the bottom. It talks about using adhesive. When you are happy with the way the walls fit together, okay, yeah, you can take the cottage apart. Take it apart? It's just taken me an hour to put it together. I'm not taking it apart again. Forget that. Right. Basically what it was talking about is you can apply adhesive, you know, liquid poly, and then put everything back together and everything will be permanent. There's no need. There's no need. If you have something like liquid poly in a little you know, bottle, jar, whatever, and it's got a brush on the end, or even if you've just got normal poly and you just get a brush and apply it, basically all you need to do is to just dab all the joints with the brush and the glue seeps down into all the little nooks and crannies and melts and eats away at the plastic and nom 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 nom. And then the plastic just bubbles up into like a primordial ooze and then just sticks together. So, perfect. Right. What next? Turn the page. Fit the base to the base. Where's the base? There's the base. Fit the base to the walls so the tabs on the walls locate in the slots in the base. Press firmly to clip together. Right. Okay. This isn't going to go well. I'm going to have to do a little bit more filing. I'll see you in a second. Okay, and we're back. Excuse me. It's been about half an hour, and whoa, we had a little bit of a liquid poly accident. I didn't notice that it was leaking. So little droplets of liquid poly has gone all over the place and started to melt and dissolve everything like acid blood from aliens. But it's okay. I think I have managed to salvage everything and clean it all up. I think we're okay. You see me? Yeah, I think you could see me then. Right. Now, I haven't done what it's recommended. I haven't done what its suggestion is, and in that I haven't glued the other two corners of this particular model together. It doesn't need it. It really doesn't need it. A nuclear bomb could go off in the garden and this thing would still stay standing. It is that tough. Everything has been such a tight fit that there's no way any of that is coming apart ever again, trust me. So, yeah, I was going to do the base, wasn't I? So, I will finish chatting to whoever I'm chatting to on Facebook, and I will get that fitted, and then see you in a moment. Hey, welcome back again. I've been quite busy, as you can see. Look at that, look how it's coming on now, isn't that great? The chimney stacks are in place, as you can see just there. There we go. Voila. Nicely modelled. Thank you very much. The chimney pots have been painted as well. Oh yes. In a lovely nice little terracotta sort of colour. So that's, well, it's more of a Victorian red. And that's because it is Victorian red. But it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It's fine. It's fine. It's okay. So they're all good to go. I'm just making sure that they're completely dry before I start handling them and trying to position them into these tiny little holes on the tops of the chimney stacks. There we go. But the chimney stacks went in really, really nicely. Just a little bit of glue at the base of them, and you know, jobs are good one basically. And as you push them down, like with lots and lots of force, you find that the roof clips into place, which is interesting because I thought it was clipped into place, but no, apparently it wasn't. So that's all good. The base, I'm not going to glue. I'm going to leave that as it is, just in case I do ever want to get back inside there. I might want to light it, you know, illuminate the entire room, the entire house. Or I might find out that some youths have put the windows through and I've got to put them back into place. So, oh sugar. It's fine, it's fine. So, what's next? We're waiting for the chimney pots to dry. That's number 14. 15, fit the chimney stacks, I've done that. 16, cut the drain pipes off. Okay, yes, the drain pipes that are on another little sprue. They need painting. It's painted them black. I suppose I could paint them black. It'll stand out nicely against the Cotswold stone. Cut the drain pipes off the sprue and use a marker pen to make good the grey spots where they were joined. Okay. Yeah, I suppose actually, with things that are this fiddly, you could just cover them with marker pen. You could just paint them with marker pen. But I'm going to do it properly. I shall use proper oh yeah, I'll use this black. Here we go. This monster tin of black enamel. Look at that. Now it says matte, but it's actually quite shiny. It's actually quite silky. It's more of a satin, really. Maybe the machine just poured the wrong stuff into it. I don't know. But anyway, that is perfect for drain pipes. So and guttering as well. So I shall use that. You will see that the drain pipes are designed so that the swan neck bends outwards and sideways away from the house. Yep, that's fine. When you are sure where each drain pipe fits, clip them into place. You can glue them. For a finishing touch, use a marker pen to add a spot of black on the top of the chimney pots. Aw, lovely. And then that's it. Jobs are good and really. Pretty simple. Of course, we've skipped the whole massive gigantic painting phase, but I will do that later. So as soon as those are dry, I'll put them into place. In the meantime, I'll get these drain pipes painted up and watch a few more vids on YouTube.